6 months is all it takes to completely transform your life, to become unrecognizable. It's all it takes. From the version of you that you want to become, that you know you can become, to the version of you that's operating down here. It's 6 months, and it's a couple of steps that need to be taken to actually get you there. And I'm speaking from experience here as well. This isn't just theory, bullshit, regurgitated shit. This is from my own life experience, from when I was working a 9-to-5 job to starting my online business within a 6-month period and matching my income, to then hitting my first 6 figures, moving to Spain, to then doubling my business, moving to Dubai, having the car, the apartment, the relationships, all of the good stuff that I dreamed about. That was the goal back then. I could hit that because I followed a very specific blueprint, and this blueprint is exactly what I give to all my clients and what I'm going to give to you right now. So just get a pen, get a paper, take note, and actually action it. Okay? I'm sick and tired of seeing people. I'm basically speaking to my younger self. I used to just mentally masturbate. I used to watch videos, that sounds amazing, and not take action. And now I see people do it as well, and it frustrates me because it's the action that's actually going to get you the results. So get your pen, get your paper, take notes, get crystal clear on everything, take action. And I promise you, like, there is no doubt in my fucking mind that if you commit for 6 months, you will unlock that next level. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get crystal clear clarity as to what it is we actually want to achieve. The body, the business. You know, let's say for instance, you're working a 9-to-5 right now. You want to start your online business. Okay, you need to get clear as to that. That needs to be wrote down. You need to be reviewing that. You need to be looking at that on a daily basis, because how many times have we set goals, guys? We'll set a goal, we'll write it down on a notepad, that sounds amazing, and then by the next week you forget about the goal. You're not thinking about it anymore. Even though that is your goal, that's the goal that you want to achieve, you just don't read it anymore. It's in a notebook that you don't look at anymore, so then you forget about it. Excuse me, with the goals, we need to keep them front of mind, 24/7, whiteboards. Have it wrote down. What is the goal? View it every single day. Keep it front of mind. Your mind is like a goal-seeking mechanism. Is that the right word? Potentially not. But when you lock in on a goal, right? Your mind, your brain, will scan for opportunities, circumstances, people that can actually help you to get to that goal, okay? But you need to be very, very clear as to what it is you want. So once you have that clear clarity as to what it is you want, you'll start to see synchronicities. You'll start to see opportunities pop up. There'll be things that were always in front of your eyes that you never actually noticed, but now that you're crystal clear, you have that clarity as to what it is you want, everything will start popping out at you. It's called your reticular activating system, your RAS. And essentially what it is, once you have that goal, your brain will essentially just scan for everything. And that's when you see the synchronicities. That's when you start to see things pop up that didn't pop up before. So that's why it's so important to get clear clarity as to the goals you want. So whether that's your body, your business, leaving your 9-to-5 job, whatever that goal is that you want to achieve within that next 6 months, you have to have fucking clear clarity. So 10% body fat, 30K per month business, whatever it might be. Or 10% body fat, start my own online business, matching my income. That's step 1, crystal clear clarity. Step 2 then, we need to break things down, okay? So your body. At the end of the day, your body is the vehicle to get you to where you want to be. If you're eating shit food, if you're not sleeping correctly, if you're not looking after your training, your health, your nutrition, you're not going to be mentally sharp. You're not going to be physically sharp. So then what's going to happen? It's going to be so much harder to actually achieve the goals that you want to achieve. The thing about getting to that 10% body fat, guys, everyone thinks it's just a vanity thing. If you've been watching for a while, you know it's not. It's about how you show up each and every day, how you operate, the standards you hold yourself in your personal life. That will bleed into every other area of your life, okay? So your body, you need to have an exact goal that you want to hit. Get to that 10% body fat. Bring yourself through the 4 phases to get to there and actually be able to maintain it long term, okay? We don't want to try, push, get into crazy shape, do excess amount of cardio or diet crash diet and keto diet and whatever it might be, and then all of a sudden we burn out, we crash, we burn. You need to prime the body, peak the body, reverse the body, and then you enter that total control phase. When you finish your 6-month period, you're in that total control phase, you're 10% body fat, physically, mentally sharp. You can then start to continue to build that empire when you come out the back end, okay? But just get very, very specific. What are the goals you want to achieve with your body? Is it to build muscle? Is it to get to that 10% body fat? Again, depending on where you're at, build yourself up. It's not about how you look, although that is very important because your body speaks before you speak, but it's the standards that it holds you to and you have to hold yourself to actually achieve those results. That's the real win, how you show up and operate each and every day, okay? So make sure the body's dialed in, make sure the diet's dialed in. Your diet is so fucking important. It's the fuel that you're putting into your body. Whole foods, a structure that actually suits your day-to-day life. Making sure that it's giving you energy. If we're eating food, guys, we're sitting down, we're smashing whatever it might be, too much carbs first thing in the morning, spiking our blood sugars, and then crashing and burning. We're having these midday crashes. You're not going to be able to go after what it is you want in life. So you need to get the body right, but you need to fuel yourself correctly. Make sure you're drinking enough water, get your electrolytes in, your creatine, get all the supplements in that need to be in to make sure that you are operating at the highest standard, that you're mentally sharp, okay? Get that dialed in. Then your mindset, your identity work. This is absolutely key. Like, what are you consuming on a daily basis? Are you listening to the news? Are you listening to negative information all day, every single day? Politics, war, fucking Epstein and the boys, whatever the hell they be at. Like all this shit, if you're consuming all of this stuff, that's what you're thinking about. You're looking at it, you're opening up your phone, you're flicking through social media, and it's all this bullshit as well. It's like, what do you actually think? How do you actually think you're going to be able to achieve the results and the goals that you want when your brain has been consumed, your mind has been consumed by absolute bullshit nonsense? Okay? If you want to stay up to date, stay up to date. Do it once a day, once a week, whatever it might be. But what I'm saying is we need to be fucking consuming on a daily basis positive information. I don't mean positive ooh la la stuff. It's like what's actually going to help us to get closer to our goals. Okay, listening to YouTube videos, which you're doing right now, podcasts, books, you know, actually reading books. Like I've got so deep into reading books again because I noticed I'll touch off this a little bit later in the video, but I was getting consumed by my phone. So I put the phone away, I'm just reading books now. It's like ideas start to flow to you then when you're reading these books, when you're upskilling. Like a book is literally 100 years ago, someone could have wrote a book and you can soak up that knowledge, that information today within a couple of hours of reading it. So it's like they're very, very intentional with what you're consuming on a daily basis. And in your identity work, this is vital. Like aligning the identity of the person that you want to become. As I said, with the North Star goal. So first thing I do, and we do with the guys, is we create that North Star goal, okay? Once you have that North Star goal and you condense it down into the 6 months, you then bring that 6 month over into your morning alignment process. Okay, and with the morning alignment process, essentially it's a 5-step framework. It's gratitude, it's your gratitude, it's your identity installation, it's your visualization, it's your intentions, it's your actions then that you need to take on a daily basis. Okay, so once, what I'm actually going to do for you guys, right? I'm going to put a link to it below here, so you can literally click it. I'll put a link to the morning alignment because you can have it just so I don't have to explain in detail. It'll take me too long. But there's like the whole process. I'll link that to you. You can download it and you can actually implement it. Okay, so it'll show you how to create that North Star goal. Essentially how I do it. Like this is literally out of my program that I give to all the guys as well. Create that North Star goal. Do your exact morning alignment process to install that identity, and then how to actually act upon that and act in congruency with the man that we are becoming. Okay, that'll just simplify it. Take that, install it, do it every single morning. I promise you that is the highest leverage task you can do each and every day. Click the link below and it'll bring you to it. Okay, with that, essentially you align your identity. This is what it'll teach you inside, but you align your identity to the person, the version of you with that 6 month goal frame. Okay, so rather than a to-do list, it's a to-be list. Okay, who do we need to be to actually achieve the results that we want? You install that identity, you act, you operate from that version of you already, as if you already have the goods that you desire, as if you already have the 10% body, as if you already have the business, as if you already started that new business. Whatever it might be, whatever goals you have, you act as if that guy. It's like you're down here, you want to start operating from up here. You basically align to this person up here, you start getting the ideas, you start thinking like him, you start moving like him. You know, if you're out for a fucking meal, it's like, okay, what would the 10% version of me, 10% body fat version of me choose right now? Would he go for the easy option or would he stick to clean foods? If you're tired and you don't want to get up out of bed, but it's like, what would the version of me do that has the fucking business? Okay, so you have to act from the level above to get to the level above. You can't operate from down here and expect to achieve the results up here, okay? Align up here and then the rest will come. Act from that position. That's your crystal clear clarity, your physique, your morning alignment, your identity, your mindset work, okay? Then it's your skill set. What skills do you need to acquire to actually achieve the results that you want? Do you need to do sales? Do you need to learn marketing? Do you need to learn content? Do you need to learn autonomy, biology? What do you need to learn to achieve the goals that you want? Okay, for me, when I was starting my PT course and I was starting online coaching, I used to get up at 5 o'clock every single morning, and the first 2 hours of the day would be studying a PT course that I did. Big, massive book, sit down for 2 hours every single day and I'd take notes. It's these small habits, guys. Okay, if you're trying to achieve these bigger results in life, start a business, whatever it might be, it's the small habits that you stack in on a daily basis. Like upskilling. I started learning, I started educating, I started listening to podcasts relating back to the mindset version or the mindset topic. I'd be listening to podcasts about the topic that I wanted to learn about. So I'd be reading books first thing in the morning, the ACE thing, I had to sit an exam, so I'd be reading that. Okay, that was the skill. Then when I was going to work on the SkyTrain in Vancouver, AirPods in, I'd be listening to everything fitness, everything nutrition, everything mindset, everything goal setting. I'd be like listening to this. I would be consuming myself with this. It relates back to the last topic as I mentioned, but it's like these were the things I was consuming myself with. I wasn't listening to fucking some stupid bullshit on the way to work or listening to the radio or listening to whatever it might be. I was like very intentional with what I was consuming. And like what you listen to each and every day. They say you are the 5 people that you hang around with the most, right? So if the people that you are around right now are nowhere near where you want to go to, podcasts and YouTube videos are literally the best way that you can get around the people. You spend a couple of hours, you're basically spending time with these people, you're listening to them, you're absorbing how they think, how they view the world, their paradigms, the lens that they view the world through. You absorb that and then you implement that into your life, and eventually that'll just raise you up. But if all your friends are talking about bullshit or they're whatever it might be, drinking, drugs, partying, girls, that's the only thing that they're consuming about, and they're not talking about business, getting better, upskilling, whatever it might be, you need to separate a little bit from that, and you need to make sure that you're focusing on your skill set. And as I said, that can just be listening to podcasts as you drive, but maybe investing into a mentorship, investing into a course, whatever it might be. Like proximity to a player is always what I say is the number one thing when it comes to skill set. For me, my business, I have a business mentor, I have a fitness guy that looks after my training, my nutrition, my recovery, I have a mindset mentor, because for me it's like I'll just go to people who have the outcome of what I want to achieve. I will invest into them. I spend a minimum of 2K per month on these 3 different people because I know they're going to hold me to a high standard with my business, with my mindset, with my body. I just get to delegate it out. They're like, this is what needs to happen. Do it. I do it. I get the results. It's as simple as that. I don't have to be dicking around trying to go on ChatGPT and like, should I do this? Should I do? No, it's like, this is what you do. This is the blueprint. Do it. Get the results. Continue to level up. You're just compounding growth. Okay, so your skill set. you need to get very, very clear as to what it is. What's the needle mover that's going to move you closer towards that 6-month goal? Okay? Dopamine then. Your dopamine. Again, as I mentioned earlier, this was something, I think now more than ever, it's even fucking harder. It's like, there's just so much bullshit in our faces like that with Instagram, with like Instagram. If you think about social media, guys, like even on YouTube now, we have the flickers, the reels, the shorts, right? Like if you're consuming social media so much all day, every day, right? Like for me, I think YouTube is brilliant. It's long form. It's not like all these dopamine hits. You can sit, you can learn, you can educate, you can really just like absorb what needs to be absorbed compared to short form. You're just flicking. It's frying your dopamine receptors and it's completely crushing your attention span. Okay, if you're sitting like this all day and you're like that, and then you sit down and you want to go and like study and upskill, it's so fucking hard. It's so fucking hard to actually sit, focus, because you've just spent how long flicking through the phone, your dopamine's fried. So like a good thing that I actually, there's a video below somewhere, you can go back and look. I done a dopamine detox. Brilliant. Okay, so if you're, let's say for instance, you want to go to the gym, you want to start studying first thing in the morning, but you just simply can't. You're just like, why the fuck can't I go to the gym? Why can't I sit and study? Probably 9 times out of 10, your dopamine is going to be pretty fried. If you're going to know if it's going to be fried, if you're consuming, you're fucking flicking through, you're drinking, you're smoking, you're watching porn, you're doing all of this shit, your dopamine is going to be fried. Okay, so you need to reset that. How you can reset that is do a dopamine detox. And as I said, I won't jump too much into it, but you can watch the video below, wherever it is. Basically, no phone, no food, no caffeine, no nicotine. The only thing I had for 24 hours was water, and I went for a walk. I didn't even read a book, right? Pretty intense, but it just helps reset those dopamine levels. And then from there, the first thing you do first thing in the morning, you go do the work that you were potentially putting off, okay? So let's say, for instance, you do your 24-hour dopamine detox. There's work, there's going to the gym, it's going to study, whatever it might be. You then wake up and that's the first thing you do. And it just, what happens, right? This is what happens. Your brain then associates that task with dopamine because it's been basically stripped back of all dopamine. You wake up the next day, the first thing you do is the task that you've been putting off or the task that you don't want to be doing. Your brain then associates that task with a dopamine hit. So it enjoys doing it, right? So it's essentially tricking your brain into doing the work that you don't really want to do. But again, dopamine, guys, like with your phone, right? First thing in the morning, like this has been game changer for me. I do my morning alignment process. I go for my walk. No phone. Like it's what time? I don't even know what time it is now. But like now I'm recording content. So today, as an example, which is every day, I wake up nice and early. I do my morning alignment process to align my identity, my visualization, getting clear on my goals, stepping into the version of me who needs to step into that day to achieve what I want. I'll then go for a 30-minute walk, no phone. I'll then come back, and now the first thing that I'm doing is recording YouTube. Okay, because this is the highest leverage task for me to do. I like recording YouTube, but I know if I leave this to the back end of the day, it's just not getting done. But this whole time I haven't looked at my phone because I know if I get up and look at my phone, emails, work notifications, I can maybe go on Instagram. Another thing to do on Instagram as well, while we're on dopamine, is just delete any social media apps off your phone until you need them, okay? So, you know, sometimes you pick up your phone, you're just like, ugh. But if you don't have the app there, you just forget about it, you don't go on it. Another thing, when you're on social media, there's a thing you can click into. It's like, if there's a load of stupid shit popping up on your feed, you can go, not interested, and hide, and there's keywords that you can hide. I remember I was consumed with whatever the hell was going on at the time, like consumed. It was actually making me angry that I ended up muting all the stuff. It stopped coming up and I completely forgot about it. So it's, if you're fed this bullshit all day, every day, it's gonna affect how you think, it's gonna affect how you feel, it's gonna affect how you show up each and every day. So you need to minimize it. Remove any fucking bullshit out of your life that does not serve you. Just remove it. It's not that fucking hard, okay? That's your dopamine. Focus on reading books, long form content over short form, okay? And then definitely don't be watching fucking pornography. Definitely minimize the amount of fucking alcohol you're consuming. And even for this 6 month period, I would actually go as far as say just eliminate alcohol completely for 6 months. That's like 100%. 6 months, just like alcohol in general, I'm not completely against it. Like I will fully send it sometimes myself, not gonna lie. Like I'll go out, I'll have a good time from time to time, whether it's like a wedding, social occasion, a trip with the lads, whatever it might be. But for a 6 month period, while you're going all in on yourself, while you're going all in on your body, while you're going all in on upskilling to get to that next level with your business or starting your business, whatever it might be, just give up the alcohol. It's going to fuck up your testosterone levels. It's going to actually dip your testosterone levels for up to like 24 hours, which is counterproductive to what we're trying to achieve. It's going to completely derail you from the goals that you have, your get up and go. Because each and every day that you show up and you're stacking the wins, you're building up that momentum. Alcohol can completely crush that. It can just bring you down for a couple of days, okay? So you want to eliminate that. It'll fuck up your recovery. It'll fuck up your cognitive function for a few days. And it just leaves you chasing your tail. So I'm going to put that in there. 6 months, zero alcohol, motherfucker. All right, what's up next? I would say routine and blueprint, okay? So once we understand the goals that we have set, we're working on building the body each and every day, consuming good quality foods. Our mindset, our identity, our morning alignment process is dialed in. We're upskilling on a daily basis because we're now listening to podcasts, we're investing in mentors, we're focusing on courses to get us to that next level, okay? And then we're minimizing dopamine. We're cutting out the negative bullshit. We're not watching short form, focusing on long form education, books. We then need to say, okay, these are all the areas. Now we need to put that into a blueprint, okay? This is our routine. And what I always recommend with this, guys, is your calendar. Just set up your calendar. Google Calendar. You have a fucking wake time, you have a sleep time. What are the highest leverage tasks you need to do? Do them first thing in the morning, okay? If you're working a 9 to 5, you have to block that out. You have to go to the gym before or afterwards. You need to study before or afterwards, okay? It's as simple as that. If you have total autonomy of your days, you're working a business, you set it up in a way that you have you grow, which I call me grow, business grow, and then just focus on your skill set as well. And then like family time, whatever it might be as well, or relationships. You know what I mean? So it's like you block that out. Your calendar, everyone's calendar is going to be different. You need to get specific with you, with your life setup. If you have kids, family, whatever it might be, it's just like it needs to be specific to you. So have a sleep time, a wake time. First thing in the morning alignment process to align that identity. Whether you go out for a walk, get your supplements in, hydrate, just get yourself right first thing in the morning. Then go into the highest leverage task. Okay, if that's upskilling, what is the thing that I need to upskill on right now, as we spoke about? I'm not going to dive into it too much. Or else it's business growth. If you're already in business, focus on the business growth. What are the key needle movers for your business? Then you maybe go train, then you come back to client fulfillment, then you do some study in the evening, or you're listening to your podcast, then you spend some time with your family, you go to bed and you repeat, okay? Just build out your day, that each time, each moment of your day, you're moving forward. Okay, people are like, oh, it's so obsessive. Shut the fuck up. What? Like, it's better than having a structure for your day, ticking off that blueprint. You're going to be getting physically better. You're going to be getting mentally better. You're going to be growing your business. You're going to be upskilling. You're going to be a better partner. You're going to be a better father, brother, sister, husband, whatever it might be. You're going to become a better version of yourself because you're working on yourself each and every day. And again, block out some time. If it's a date night, block out a date night. Saturday, I'll have a day off where I just go do whatever I want. If I want to go to a beach club, if I want to go, sometimes I'll even work if I want to work. If I just enjoy working, but it's like I will block time off as well, okay? But throughout the week, it's pretty fucking militant with what needs to be done because it's like I enjoyed it. For me, growing, moving forward, becoming a better version, being able to achieve the goals that I want to achieve out of life, like being able to like build the life that I want. It's like a fucking video game. Why wouldn't I do all these things? Do you know what I mean? Reading books, I enjoy reading books. I enjoy going to the gym. I enjoy working with my business. I enjoy working with my clients. I enjoy trying to make my business better each and every day, figuring out, okay, how can I improve? Like, I literally block out business growth, business improvement. It's like, how can I improve my business for my current clients? It's like all of this stuff. It's like, you are a fucking character in a video game. Build yourself up to be an absolute fucking G. Okay? Have your daily blueprint, your non-negotiables. I have it up here. Look at it every day. That's my non-negotiable daily blueprint. I don't go to sleep until it's done. Mind, body, business, personal life, habits, everything gets boxed off. And that's what you need to build out as well. Once you have that, you just show up and you just tick the boxes on a daily basis. So we have our routine. Environmento, okay? So, again, it kind of relates back to just audit your environment. The people you're around, the things you're consuming. Like, if you're having conversations with people and you feel drained after having that conversation with that person, you need to either minimize time with that person, you need to cut that person out of your life. If they're negative, if you're saying, these are the goals that I want to achieve, and they're just like, that's not going to work, fuck, just don't listen to them. You need to get around people. Again, this relates back to, like, even for me when I first moved to Dubai, to this day, two of my best mates are someone that I met in a mentorship. I invested into a mentorship, met two guys, ended up becoming very close with them in Dubai, and like with one of them 2 weeks ago, he came to visit, and then one of the boys is actually coming. He's going to stay with me for a couple of weeks as well. So it's like these end up being people that are on a similar mission, the same fucking mission as you. They want to achieve more fucking out of their lives. They want to achieve better out of their life. They'll encourage you. So if that means you have to pay to play, if that means you have to pay to get into the right rooms, to, you know, if your current environment, the people around you right now, they're not on a level you want to be at, you need to minimize time with them. I'm not saying cut people out of your life. Certain people you have to, but some of my best friends are still just working 9 to 5, but it doesn't mean that I don't speak to them. They're still my fucking best friends. But what I'm saying is, you need to minimize time with them. Because I notice this from time to time as well, when I'm speaking to certain people that are still really close to me, their worldview is completely fucking different. Their beliefs are completely fucking different. I'm like, okay, I hear what you're saying, but you don't want to be soaking that in. Okay, you want to get around people that are like actually on a mission. People that are above you is obviously the best thing you can do, but then people that are on that mission with you. Like for me, even with the guys in Total Control, we have a weekly group call, weekly mastermind. People in there now are really good friends because they've been with each other. They're on a similar mission. They're all looking to start businesses. They're all looking to get into the best physical shape, improve their performance, become the best version of themselves. So when you're around people like that, you click with them very, very fucking easy. And then they'll bring you up as well. I don't know why I keep playing with the camera. I apologize. I'm trying to get it right now. So get around the right people. As I said, if you need to pay to play, but then eliminate the environment around you. People, places, content, whatever it might be. Okay, guys, discipline. Then once you do this and you're disciplined with this, the discipline ties this all in together, right? So we have everything built out here now. We have the perfect environment. We're building the physique, blah, 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 blah. All of the stuff that needs to happen is there. With that blueprint in your calendar, the discipline needs to be tied with that. You need to fucking show up and you need to do it every single day, okay? Self-trust, right? The way I want you to think about this is, if you had a friend, and we all do this, guys, we all do this, and until you kick this, you're going to stay stuck, okay? If you had a friend that kept promising you something each and every single day, every day, I don't mean just once a week, every single day he promised you something, but he kept letting you down, didn't show up when he was meant to show up, didn't follow through on his word, left you hanging, left you feeling like shit, left you feeling guilty about yourself, left you feeling disappointed. How would you feel towards that friend? You would not like that person very, very much, and they probably wouldn't be your friend for much longer. But yet, we do this to ourselves each and every single fucking day. And this is where, unless you take control of this, you're going to stay stuck. And this is where I was for years. I stayed stuck because of this exact thing. I could build out the perfect plan. I could build out everything that needed to be built out, but I would never show up on a daily basis. And if you're in that position right now, that's the first thing that needs to go. You need to stack the days, you need to stack the wins. You have the blueprint. I've given you everything you need. You then need to show up each and every fucking day and start stacking those wins. Build the discipline, because that's the character traits that need to happen. Okay, it's the character traits of showing up for yourself. If you can't show up for yourself, you're not going to show up for your business. You're not going to show up for a partner. It's as simple as that. You need to show up for yourself and build that discipline into your life. It's going to be harder at the start, but once you start stacking the days, then you start building up that self-trust. And then you're like, okay, fuck, I do what I say. And then you get to a position where you look in the fucking mirror and you're like, I am the fucking man. You know it, you feel it. And that's when momentum is on your side. And that's when shit's going to click, guys. That's when you're so fucking close. That's when you need to keep compounding. But when you get to that position where you're like, I am the fucking man, you're looking in the mirror because you're doing the work on yourself, you're doing the work on your career, you're doing the work on your business, you're doing the inner work. You look in the mirror and you're like, I am the fucking man. It's as simple as that. And you just keep compounding on that. And then you get to where you want to be. That feeling, you're going to get that feeling. I promise you, when you get that feeling, you are very, very fucking close to breaking through and unlocking that next level. And that feeling, holy fuck, guys, it's the best feeling ever. And you're going to feel it, I promise you. You follow everything here. You follow all the steps. You show up for yourself. You do what needs to be done. You will feel that, and I promise you, 6 months, you will completely transform your life. There is no other way. I know for a fucking fact. I've done it myself multiple times. I've helped hundreds of clients do it, and I know 110% that you can do it as well. And I want you to do it. Okay? So go and fucking do it. Guys, if you want any help with anything, drop me a fucking message on Instagram. If you just want to have a chat, there's a link below, you can click it. Ask me anything. If there's anything maybe that you were unsure about in this, anything that you need me to go over, just drop me a message. I'm always happy to help. If you do want to work with me one-to-one, get crystal clear clarity on the goals, get to that 10% body fat, operate at the highest standard, and just turn into a fucking savage overall, there's a link below. You can click, bring it to my landing page. You can see transformations, testimonials, all the good stuff. You can put your name, email, number. I'll reach out to you on WhatsApp. We can have a chat and we can go from there. We can see if it's going to be a good fit and get you dialed the fuck in. 6 months, guys, it's literally all that it takes. It's literally all it takes. It's like there's two paths right now, right? It's like 6 months, you go all in, you're a different person. 6 months, you keep doing what you're doing, you don't even stay the same, you actually regress. You're going backwards, right? It's like 6 months work, you're a different person. 6 months down the line, you're doing, talking, saying, setting the exact same stupid goals, getting nowhere nearer to them, probably mentally masturbating, nowhere further along the line. Okay? I think the option is pretty fucking obvious. Do what I said, guys. Get this done. 6 months down the line, I want to see you win. I know you will win. This video will help you win. I fucking promise you that. Just implement what I've said.